What is going on, guys? It's Lucky. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be redecorating the Nether. I'm trying a new style of video, so let me know down in the comments if you liked it, if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get going with the video. As you can see, we have a border going around the edge, just so that then this is a manageable space that I can fully transform. When starting out these big builds, I always plan a rough outline of what's going to go in which area. I usually use black concrete for this, but today I'm going to be using white because it just stands out more. So using basic shapes, we're going to kind of outline where we want each build to be. For this area, there's going to be a lot of floating islands leading up to a bigger island with a castle. In this area over here, we're going to have a long bridge going up to a bastion or a wizard tower-ish kind of thing. This area is going to have another tower. There's going to be a bridge along from here to there. And finally, there's going to be large spikes hanging from the top of the roof. This is a majority of what we're going to be building. There are some other couple things that I'll add in later, like some trees and some bones, but for the most part, this is what we're working with. So now that we've planned everything out, it's time to start building. For my build process, I always start with the bigger things first and then make my way down to the smaller things. So rather than starting with the trees or the bones or the dragons, we're going to start on this big build. This floating island castle is going to take a lot of work. So first things first, we definitely need some islands. So let's build those. Now we've got all of these islands built. I made sure you could climb all the way to the top, to the big island, so in case you're in survival and just want to go around this world, you could get up there. Now all that's left is to build the castle. I think a time lapse for this would be really cool, so let's go. that our Nether castle is complete. I'm so happy with how this one turned out. It looks so cute. I was kind of going for the line between cute and scary, so I added on the little cage over there and all of the spikes on it and the black flags, but also keeping some cuteness to it with the gradient of the blue and the pink. Overall, I'm very happy with how it turned out. It is super fitting for the builds to come, and I think it looks amazing. Now with our Nether palace being done, I think we can move on to our next build, which is going to be the bastion area with this big long bridge that we're going to build. So first things first, we're gonna need a bridge, and I want it to go from kind of a lighter gray to the darker gray. So I picked out some colors, and let's try to mock this up really quickly. So now that we've got the gradient marked out, we can start filling in the bridge. Now that we've got our bridge filled in, we need to make it look more 3D because right now it's just a slab of stone. Now that our bridge is a little bit more 3D, I'm going to add a pillar right here to kind of stabilize it. I kind of want the pillar to look like it's getting burnt as it goes down into the lava, so I'm going to use the same gradient as I did on the bridge. I think that should be good. Yeah, it looks like the lava is kind of eating away at this ancient kind of bridge. So now all we need is handrails on either side of the bridge. I want them to be kind of circled, but also still give that like iron kind of edge. Yeah, something like that should work. One side is fully done. Now just to replicate it on this side. And done. Now we've got a pretty impressive bridge that is going to go straight into the bastion that we're going to build down at the end. This bastion is going to take a long time, so let's head straight into a time lapse. Let's go. am so happy with how this one turned out. It looks so amazing. I think it turned out so perfect. I was really trying to make this as authentic as possible with a bastion without making it the exact same as like a regular Minecraft bastion, but I love how it turned out. I think it would be a really cool place that you could battle it out with tons of piglins and find lots of treasure. I think it has such a great story because a player could come in survival mode and actually beat the bastion and get all the same things. But for now, let's say goodbye to the bastion as we go over to our next build site, which is going to be over here. I originally planned for this to be like a wizard's tower, but I think I'm going to change it and make it a statue. So with a flick of my wrist, we're going to turn back, and I am so happy with how this turned out. I was kind of going for the story that maybe people from the overworld came through a portal and then they kind of conquered this nether biome. And so they built this statue long before they left, and then they were driven out or they just left. And so now the nether is reclaiming the statue. I think this statue gives so much life with all of the vines and the nether bits coming off and breaking the stone down. I love it. I also added in this nether portal and bridge to make it seem like humans or people from the overworld did come through the portal and traveled along here to kind of conquer this nether biome before finally being driven out or leaving. We're going to transition over to this side, which is going to be another bridge, and I'm going to keep going with the same story that humans really did discover this place, and so we're going to make a pretty epic bridge. Now we have a full bridge done and made. As you can see, we now have a base camp set up. I kind of got ahead of myself and started working on little tents that the adventurers could go in from the portal. They come across the bridge and to the base camp where they set up shop before they start adventuring out into this nether biome. I really like how this bridge turned out. It seems so worn down. I love how it almost looks like the nether is kind of reclaiming it. I also love this bottom area where the bridge is kind of torn apart because of this like nether slug kind of eating away at it. Why don't we finish this build off with a nice time lapse before I get ahead of myself anymore with building? So let's go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below what your favorite part was, and if you liked this style of video, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next time.